Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can configure your Eclipse IDE to use Spring Boot application. So in the previous lecture we have seen how you can download and configure STS, that is Spring Tool Suite. So that STS is basically a tool for Spring Boot application itself. But if you have already installed Eclipse in your system, then also you can configure your Eclipse so that you can create and play around with Spring Boot applications. So that STS is around 430 MB. So if you want to save that data and if you do not want to configure all these things again and again, then you can also go with these option. In this option you can use your old Eclipse IDE, and in that you can create and play around Spring Boot applications. So let's see how to do this. So when you open your Eclipse IDE, you will find these different options over here, and the option in which we are interested is this help option. So you need to click on this help, and here you will find this Eclipse Marketplace option. So click on that. So it will open Eclipse Marketplace. So for that you will need internet connection. So make sure that you have connected to the internet. So let it complete this process. Okay, so here you will find different options or a different list of plugins that already installed in this Eclipse IDE. So here in the find, you have to find for STS, that is Spring Tool Suite. So let's hit enter, so that it will find all the plugins which are related to these STS. So here you will find these two options. So the option in which we are interested is this first, that is Spring Tools 3 add-on for Spring Tools 4. So you need to click on this install button. So click on install, and it will install all these Spring Tool Suite plugins into your Eclipse IDE. So this is the list of all the plugins. So just click on confirm and wait for a couple of seconds. Now here you will find one review licenses. So you need to accept these license and need to click on finish. So click on finish, and here it will install all the necessary software. So you will find these progress over here, and as soon as it will become 100%, that means installation is successful. So when all the installation becomes successful, then you need to restart these Eclipse IDE. So let's click on restart now. And now the application is restarted, and over here you will find these options like Spring IDE, Spring Tool Suite, Dashboard, etc. So this is the result of the installation of those plugins that we already installed. So let me click on this close option, and let me show you how we can create one Spring Boot project, and we will see how you can create one REST point and hit that REST point using Postman. So let me click on file and let me click on new, and over here you need to click on the other, and inside this we need to find out for Spring Starter. So here you will find this Spring Starter project. So click on that and click on next. So here you will find different options. So the name of this project, let me give you like student, and in the group you can give any. So let me give like YouTube, and in the package name let me also change the package name. So let me give com.youtube.student. Now this is all the set. Now over here you need to choose your project type. So there are two options like Maven and Gradle. So let me keep it as Maven. Keep all the setting as it is, and here you need to choose the Java version. So basically the Java version we use is Java 8, but if you are interested in Java 11 or Java 15, then also you can go for those options. But make sure that you have installed JDK of Java 11 and Java 15 on your machine. So in this machine I have installed JDK 8, so I will go with Java 8, and let me click on next. And over here you will find one dashboard to install all the dependencies. So initially the dependency in which we are interested is called as a Spring Web. So let me search for web, and over here you will find this Spring Web. So let me select it and let me click on next. Keep all those things as it is and let me click on finish. So it will start importing this Maven project and it will create the new project for you. So we need to wait couple of seconds again. Now our project is created, and here you will find this student, which is project name, and inside the brackets you will find boot. That means it is Spring Boot project. And over here, if you observe this icon, then you will see these M and S option. That means M is a Maven and S means it is a Spring project. So this is how you can create the project. Now let me show you how you can create the REST point in these student application, and also let me show you how you can hit this REST point. And one more thing, if you are not able to find this project explorer option, then what you can do, you can go to your window, and inside this you will find this show view option, and over here you need to select this project explorer. So let me open these, and inside this let me go to the src/main/java, and inside this you will find this student application.java file. So let me open this file, and over here you will find this main method. So to check whether it is running correctly or not, what we can do, we can create, or we can right click on these and we can choose run as Java application. So why we are running it as Java application? Because it contains main method, so you can run it as Java application as well. Now as you can see, the application was supposed to start, but I got one error, and this same error you might also get. So the error is saying like it is failed to start because the port 8080 is already in running. So as this Spring Boot application runs on Tomcat server, the Tomcat server basically uses 8080 as a default port. So if the port is free, then it will start running on this, but it will not, but if the port is not free, then it will give you some error. So let me configure this port and let me use some another port instead of this 8080. So to configure it, we need to go into the src/main/resources, and inside this you will find this application.properties file. So let me open this file, and inside this let me write server.port is equals to 9090. So let me save this. So what we are basically doing, we are saying this Spring Boot application to run on port 9090 instead of 8080. So let me go to the student application again. Let me right click and run as Java application, and as you can see, it is starting, and here you will find this message like started student application in 5 something seconds, and Tomcat server is started on 9090 port. So if you are able to find these messages, that means you are able to create the new Spring Boot application. So let me show you quickly how you can create one REST point and hit it using Postman. So let me create one file which is basically a Java file. So let me create one class and let me give you some basic name. So let's say demo class, and let me finish it. So now all the operations are done and the demo class is created. So we need to use annotation called as a REST controller on the class, so that we are telling our Spring Boot application that this demo class contains some REST endpoints. So we need to import these as well, and inside these let me create one endpoint. So how you can create these? We need to first of all create one method. So let me create public get message, and I just forgot to use return type, so it will be like public string get message, and after that we need to return some message. So I am just returning some sample message, welcome to my channel, like this. Now this method is created, but what we need to do, we need to create one path as well, so that we can use that path, and by using that path we can hit these endpoints. So we need to give some mapping. So let me give get mapping, because with the help of this method we are getting some output from this Spring Boot application. And here we need to configure the path. So path will be like /get message. You can give any path. So let me click on save. So it is giving error because we have not imported these. So let me click on import. Now error is vanished, so our REST endpoint is ready. So let me test this REST endpoint by using Postman. So if you haven't watched this Postman installation video, then you can go and watch those video, because we need Postman while creating the Spring Boot applications. So let me stop this and let me start this again. And here, as you can see, so the Spring Boot application is started. And let me go to my Postman. Here let me click on this plus icon, and let me give like localhost 9090, because port is 9090. In case if you are 8080, then you can write 8080, and let me give get message. So make sure that this path is exactly same as we mentioned over here. So you can copy this as well, you can paste it over here, so that you will not make any mistake. And the mapping will be the get mapping. It has different options, but in this case the mapping is get. So let me click on get and let me use this send. Now here, as you can see, you are getting the message called as a welcome to my channel. So this message is coming from this REST endpoint. So this is how we can configure our Eclipse IDE to use Spring Boot applications. So in this video we seen how we can create one sample REST point and we can use it through the Postman. So in the upcoming lectures we are going to make a large series of some sample projects using Angular and Spring Boot. So if you do not want to miss those videos, then you need to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell icon, so that you will get all the notifications of my channel. So thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel, learn programming yourself.